I'm going to get this out of the way. So
What's up, everybody?
there we are.
Ready for the show?
We are live. Has anybody out there seen Jennifer's Body? A little Diablo Cody film from 2008, I believe.
It depends on Jennifer's.
I've dated a lot of Jennifers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I should probably not give their last names here in a public forum.
right.
None of the relationships ended well.
Oh.
There may be some STDs involved.
Back to this.
I mean, if you wanna come at the D man, you got to be prepared to get down and dirty, as they say.
Wow, and you guys think that I'm dirty. Dirty.
There was a time in my life when I was drunk a lot, and when you're hammered a lot, you don't always remember to slap a condom on. So.
Don't you remember that song? No glove,
No glove, no love. That's right.
I remember it. I chose not to adhere to their modality.
That's okay. I don't know what
You know what? You get married, you reach a certain point, you're like, fuck it.
Or you
You just say, fuck it. I'm going to have some fun. If I get an
as a
STD,
teenager.
Hey, Rachel.
at least you got a story to tell.
Yeah.
What's going on?
You find a bump and you're like, what is that? I see all the time.
Do I have one on the other side to match it? Because if
Where
I do,
did this
then
rash come from?
it just got
What's in
weird.
my mouth?
In your mouth, and that's. You just scoot over a little bit.
Yeah.
That was when I was
Way over.
14, people.
She was 14.
I was 14. I didn't
Wow.
know better.
Whoa. Hey, Karen. We're talking about STDs, but we're going to get into a horror movie at some point.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. All right, then. Jennifer's Body. Has anybody seen it? Is anybody paying attention? Probably not. It's Jennifer's Body is the name of the tune. Let me just scoot the old microphone up here a little bit. This should be good. Everybody comfy?
Not quite in your mouth yet. Keep going.
Jennifer's Body. You ready, buddy?
Yeah. Ready.
Hit the old pause button. We're going to be doing
all I
There you
can
go.
do is keep singing this song in my head.
the Jennifer's Body song.
Yes.
All right.
Mic's on.
Mics are on now. That's right, inmates. We're talking about Jennifer's Body. That's from 2008. Stars the Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried, and J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is kind of a staple in Diablo Cody's work.
Mhm.
You notice that he was the dad in Juno.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Diablo Cody? Pretty good stuff? Yeah, not bad. She did a show on Showtime. I think it was called The United States of Terra, which was not bad. It was about a mom in a suburban family that had multiple personalities. So she was always batshit crazy. It's good times.
Hey, Christina.
Christina's in the house.
Hello.
What's up, Christina? It's so good to see you again.
So good.
This one got 5.2 stars.
That's surprising.
That feels a little low to me,
I would've
all
said
things
like
considered.
6,
In the
5.
sixes, maybe.
Yeah.
I could see that. This one, as I mentioned, was directed by Diablo Cody, written by Kerry Kusama. I got a R rating on this one, although I watched the extended cut. Is that what you guys watched? Or did you watch the theatrical cut?
Different.
I don't know. I don't know because I just watched the extended one, but the extended one got an R rating. There's still no nudity in it. I was hoping there would be some.
Oh, all right.
You did?
Yeah.
Where?
Where?
There was like a nip slip with Megan Fox. She had like a weird thing that was like sticking right out.
When did she have a brassiere thing on?
Yeah, where was
What the hell are you watching? Where did you find this version?
I don't know. But, yeah, it feels like
Do you remember a scene with a brassiere
No, I know.
thing? What the fuck is going on?
I'll rewatch it and then take a picture of it.
You do that, because I want to see that immediately. In fact, we're going to pause the show. I want to.
Yeah.
And then Megan Fox.
Okay, you sure it was her?
Yeah,
It wasn't
are you
something.
sure?
I don't know if it was
Can you
something or
you can confirm that? All right, whatever. It's so we're gonna start off with Amanda Seyfried. She's playing a young lady by the name of Anita.
not.
She goes by Needy for short, which is
That's too weird.
it's a nickname that I would object to if I was
Yeah.
her. So that's strange to begin with. But she is locked up in some kind of a juvenile detention facility. Could be prison, could be some kind of a mental institution of sorts. We don't know for sure, but we're going to get a narrative from her that explains her situation and how she got there.
Hey, Tom.
Tommy's in the house. What's up, Tom? So from there, she's going to explain how she got there. Now, something very strange is about to happen because she's going to get approached by a mental health professional, a very heavy set one. And she's going to explain to us, the audience, that she is a kicker, i.e. she likes to kick people, and that's on her inmate file or whatever you call that. So as she would indicate, she kicks this heavy-set young lady and sends her flying across the cafeteria.
Yeah, it does.
Now, we're talking about Amanda Seyfried here. All 114 pounds of her. I got to say, a crazy Amanda Seyfried, Darian gives her a big thumbs up.
My hall pass right there.
Right up her butthole, if that was a possibility.
Well, we don't know why yet she can kick so strong.
True. No, yeah, exactly. But we're going to get into that here as the movie goes on. So now she's going to explain to us how she came to be in this facility and what the fuck is going on with her. It all starts in a little town called Devil's Kettle, which seems very silly to me.
Yeah.
From a writing standpoint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was Satan's asshole already taken? Beelzebub's scrotum, perhaps? I don't know.
Well, Devil's Kettle.
It makes sense. Well, she's going to explain that it's named for this weird hole in the ground that a waterfall empties into, and nobody can figure out where it goes to. So we get a little cutscene of scientists like throwing tennis balls down there and trying to track them, see where they go. Raven's in the house. What's up, Raven?
Hey, Raven.
Hi, Raven.
So that's pretty interesting. We also appear to be in the Pacific Northwest, which is something I'm a big fan of. And I think it's a pretty good setting for horror, right? Gloomy skies,
Always raining.
forests, very drab. There's never anything cool going on. Oh, you're from the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Look at this guy. That's why he's so red all the time. He moved from the Pacific Northwest down to Reno. It's sunburnt 24/7. Welcome to the desert, fucko.
I got sunburned in Pacific Northwest.
Did you really?
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know they had that. So anyway, that's kind of what the town's named for. It's a small town. And then we're going to pick up with Needy and her high school experience. We're going to meet her best friend, the titular Jennifer, as it's called. She is like the hot chick of the high school, like the queen bee, the hottest of the hot. Cheerleader, flag team, all that shit, but maintains a very close relationship with Needy in that they're like besties. And, they didn't. Normally, when this happens in high school, there's a break, there's a shift where one of them becomes uber popular and no longer has time for the nerdy dork.
Right.
Not in this case. In this case, they're still very close. And this is where we come to LGBTQ month here in the padded room, because I believe I have a theory on this and how this works. And
Explain this.
I could be completely off base. Hey, Landry's in the house. What's up, Landry? I was hoping Crease would join us so she could clarify this. So this is Q, as in queer, for LGBTQ month here in the padded room. And this movie was recommended to us by Crease as a quote-unquote queer movie. Now, let me bring you up to speed on what I believe, or how I believe this movie to be queer. Queer, as the name would indicate as it pertains to the gay community, I believe to mean this. You are straight for all intents and purposes, except for one person of the same sex. I.e., I could be married, have kids, but still butt fuck buddy from time to time. If he were interested. Shit. There goes that plan. So what I'm saying, and I think this pertains primarily to females, is that married, kids, sure, have a boyfriend, have sex with said boyfriend, be attracted to dudes for all intents and purposes, except for you have that one girlfriend who you're very close to and you occasionally eat, finger pop her or eat the box out of her whatever you're into.
No, I would let Scarlett eat the box.
Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
I would let her eat the
I
box out of
love
me.
her. She's
She
my only lesbian crush.
is pretty hot
Yeah.
to trot, and she can be my lesbian crush too if she's interested.
And that rough voice.
It's the accent, right? The Black Widow thing. Oh, forget it. Who gives a shit? Anyway, so this is kind of the relationship between Jennifer and Needy, and I feel like they're not lesbians. They're not gay in the sense of the word that they're engaging in same-sex relationships, but on occasion, I feel like they may make out with each other. They do as the movie goes on, and I feel like I don't feel like they had sex with each other, but I feel like they were on the road to having sex with each other.
Yeah.
At a certain point. And there's a mention later on in the movie about them playing boyfriend girlfriend. What that means, I don't know. It's not expanded on, but it could mean a lot of things there, kiddos.
Well, me and my cousin used to play doctor.
Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
My cousin was always the doctor.
And he opened up your vagina, didn't he?
No,
Yep.
she.
Oh, she.
Oh.
Okay. Now, before we go any further with this, we do not condone incest, and this does not qualify as LGBTQ. This is a whole other set of shit. No, there is no incest. That's not part of the programming here. Thank you for sharing, by the way. Just scoot over a little bit further.
Yeah, a little more.
Ugh. She's got mouth herpes, and now she's been nailing her cousin.
I never had STDs. It's this guy here.
It's true.
It's
true. It's the truth. I found that movie strange and bizarre.
I get that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So from there, I mean, we kind of get like this closeness between these two. They're like waving at each other during the assemblies and stuff like that. They do a lot of sleeping over at each other's houses.
Yeah.
Now we're going to pick up with our current story. We have Needy. She has a boyfriend, a guy by the name of Chip, who is a band dork. But he seems like he's a dork, but he seems like a pretty cool guy. Other than that, yeah, he's a band. He's all right. No, fuck off.
He reminded me of Don Ritter's son.
Yeah, what's wrong with him? Oh,
I like the other guy.
which other guy?
The punk rocker.
Oh,
Goth guy.
Colin Gray.
Colin Gray.
Oh, Colin.
Because you couldn't think of a better name for the goth kid than Colin Gray. That's a fucking cartoon if I ever saw one. All right, anyway. So she's got a boyfriend. They are sexually active, as we'll find out as the movie goes on. But she also has Jennifer, and she is the town bicycle from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Now, Jennifer would like to go to a concert at a shitty bar later this evening, and she, of course, needs to take Needy with her.
And calls it a club.
Calls it a club. It's not a club. It's a shitty bar.
Shitty bar.
In the middle of Pacific. They have bars like that in the Pacific Northwest?
Bars like that.
That's true. We got them here in
That's
Reno.
like where we just went to see Dawkins.
Oh, yeah.
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 No, there you go. It's like
Well, I don't know. I think that place is actually better.
the one in the movie or the one with Dawkins?
With Dawkins.
All right. No, this one is
It's
like
not a dive.
this one looks like a place where Patrick Swayze would be working as a bouncer and roundhousing every third person that walks in the door.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're not.
They get in there. They get the X's on their hands that tells the bartender they're not 21, so they can't serve alcohol. I've had the X before.
Yeah, but then you.
No, you just wash it off and go and get a drink. And nobody says a word. So why even bother putting the X on? Who gives a shit? Anyway, they get in there. We meet a weird cast of characters. They're going to see the band Low Shoulder is the name of the band. And the purpose for going to see this band is because Jennifer finds the lead singer to be extremely hot. And he seemed like a pretty good dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Magic
She
notwithstanding.
sounds like me.
You're going to see shitty bands because you think the lead singer's hot?
Guyliner.
Guyliner.
That was played by Adam Brody. I
Yeah.
actually like him.
Who's Adam Brody?
He used to be on the
Yeah, he was on
Yeah.
the scene. Yeah.
He
OC.
seemed
He
like
played in a skater
he seemed like a pretty good guy.
movie.
Yeah.
I would hang out with Adam Brody, or I think his name was Nikolai. I would hang out with the guys from Low Shoulder. They seemed all right.
Yeah.
Their music sucked, but we'll get into that in a second. So they go and they're kind of mingling in the bar. We meet some of the classmates. There's like a weird Indian exchange student who's there.
Hey, Aaron.
Wildly out of place. Aaron's in the house. What's up,
Hi,
Aaron?
Aaron.
Wildly out of place. Inky Binky Boo's in the house.
Hey.
What's up, Breezy? We got the Indian exchange student. There's a police officer trainee played by Chris Pratt.
Oh, hello.
Cameo in the house.
Yeah.
And he apparently has at some point engaged with Jennifer because, well, she comes out and says later that they had anal sex and she didn't enjoy it. I'm sure he did.
They all say they don't enjoy it.
Do you think right now, careers withstanding, Megan Fox would have sex with Chris Pratt? I say yes, because his career is on a much bigger trajectory, and hers, with her not being on the Transformer movies anymore, I don't know.
I don't think she cares because she's a mom.
Did she
Is
really?
she really?
She's got 3 kids,
With Brian Austin Green?
3 boys,
I did
Oh,
not know that.
fuck.
3 little cutie pies.
All right, whatever.
Okay.
I'm not mad at Brian Austin Green either. I'm sure he's a gentleman. I think. I don't know what he's talking about. Who gives a shit? Anyway, they're mingling around the bar. They have like various exchanges with various people that Jennifer has had sex with, to include the captain of the football team, who's also there to see the show. They go up and they start flirting with the band as they're setting up and tuning their instruments. Jennifer buys the lead singer some drinks, and while she's getting the drinks, we get a little dialogue between the band guys, and we find out that, what's going on? Is he gonna bang her? I don't know. I think she's a virgin. No. Needy overhears all this, and she's like, hey, you fuckers, she is a virgin, so you leave her alone. While that's going on, Jennifer's getting the drinks. She comes back with the drinks. The band starts playing, and shortly after, like, the first song starts, the entire place catches on fire.
Yeah.
Whoosh, like a Great White Concert from 1992.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of people get killed. Well, like 9 people, I think, get killed in the fire. Band makes it out alive.
Yep.
The thing is, though, is that just before the fire started, Jennifer got like a weird, entranced kind of a deer in the headlights thing going on.
Weird.
Like she was suddenly intoxicated by the music. Needy gets Jennifer out of there, and they're immediately met in the parking lot by the lead singer of the band, who is taking this whole thing very nonchalantly. He's got like a drink in his hand, and he's like, hey, glad you ladies made it out.
I think he said that.
Could be. It probably would make sense. But he's like, hey, I got this creepy van over here. We got to get you ladies to safety. Let's go ahead and get in my van. It's pretty cool. And Jennifer's like, yeah, we should totally check out his van. It looks pretty safe in there. And Needy's like, are you insane? You have a Chrysler Sebring. Let's get in there and get the fuck out of here. We'll go get nachos.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, we got to go see the guy's van. It's this guy's van. So they put
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, a little bit. So they put Jennifer in the van. Needy's like, and then she takes off. Now, it takes Needy a few minutes to get home. And the timeline here doesn't exactly match, and it's a little wacky because we're going to stay with Needy in this. We're going to find out later what happened to Jennifer. Needy goes home immediately, goes upstairs, calls her boyfriend, starts telling him about the fire at the bar and all that shit. There's a knock on the door all of a sudden. She goes downstairs and answers it. There's nobody out there. Goes back inside, hears a crashing around in the kitchen, sees Jennifer in her kitchen, like eating everything in her refrigerator all of a sudden.
And bloody.
Anyone, I think people die when Jennifer hooks up with someone. What? Anyone, I think people die when Jennifer. Not sure what you're saying there, Landry. I think you got auto-corrected, dude.
You're all right, Aaron.
I am okay with that. As long as my name is on the list, A-okay with me. That's me. That's me. I brought flowers and condoms this time. A bag of frozen peas for later. That's for her, though, because I am a gentleman. So anyway, Jennifer's like rummaging through her refrigerator. Needy goes in. She's like, dude, are you okay? What happened with the fire and the band and all that shit? Jennifer stands up, and she looks like one of the infected 28 days later.
Hey, Tanya.
And she immediately barfs up a bunch of black crud all over Needy. and like needles
Gnarly.
come out of the black crud, and it's like pulsating and undulating. So Needy's like, Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with you? And then Jennifer just goes back to eating a bunch of crap out of the fridge. Jennifer then stands up, walks out of the house. Needy is in a panic trying to clean up the black shit before her mom wakes up. Cut to the next day at school. Needy shows up and she's like, oh God, there was a fucking fire. J.K. Rowlings is the principal. He comes in and makes a big statement about, oh, we lost 9 students and there were some injuries. And I know it's all about being a hoe or a cool guy or whatever. He's got a weird curly hair wig on.
Yeah, he does.
J.K. Rowlings with hair just does not look correct.
It was bothering.
It bothered me a little bit.
It didn't
No
look
way
right.
he talked.
He should be.
Yeah, that too.
He should be. I feel like he should be a white supremacist in every show that he's in. He did great in Oz.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
yeah.
the head of the Nazi guys, and he did a great job there. Anyway, dude, has anyone ever told you that you look like Jason David from MMPR? Are you talking to me or him? I'm assuming him. You look like Jason David from MMPR.
What's that?
No idea.
Maybe it's you.
I'm sure it's a stunning. I hope it's not her. I hope you don't look like Jason David from MMPR.
I
If
hope
it is,
not.
Jason David might be
Jason David.
an attractive young man. All right, anyway.
Everybody wants to be Jason David.
He's a hot son of a bitch. Never mind the mouth herpes. Anyway. He's talking to you. He's clearly talking to you. I'm gonna have to Google this Jason David. The thing, I assume he's not a completely hideous guy. He probably is, isn't he? Probably some gross fat bastard. I'm gonna look that up, Aaron. Thank you. No, I hope he's not a fat guy. Thanks anyway, Aaron. I'm gonna look that guy up. Anyway, here comes Jennifer into class. She's looking radiant, like glowing with energy. All of a sudden, she's like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Oh, the fire. Who cares?" Ah. And Needy's like, "Dude, what the fuck is going on? You threw up all over my kitchen last night. What are you, crazy all of a sudden? I don't know." Anyway, we get like this weird dialogue. Now we're going to cut to after school. The star lineman from the football team is having a very difficult time getting over the death of the team captain from the fire the night before.
Right.
So in a very strange turn of events, he's like standing on the football field all by himself, just crying. And then Jennifer walks up to him and she's like, "Hi, Jonas." The guy's name is Jonas. "Hi, Jonas. Before what's his name died, he said we would make a totally banging couple. Oh my God, we should go out in the woods and just come with me out in the woods. It'll be great." So he's like, "Yeah, totally." Goes walking out in the woods with her. Good thing he's going to get his dick sucked probably. And he was well on his way, mind you. They start making out for a second, and then all the animals in the woods like start circling them and like watching them make out.
Yeah.
So
I think if they zoomed in closer, that would be like.
that would be weird. That'd be like an animal bukkake. This is what he thinks about. Like
Wow.
when we're not here. It's unfortunate that he has a microphone so he can now voice these opinions. Animal bukkakes. Get out. Just open the window, climb out of the window. Anyway. So they're making out, and then the animal, and he's like, "Dude, look at all these animals watching us. It's weird." And she's like, "Oh, you're silly." Takes her shirt off. We don't get to see anything. Believe me, I look. And then she's like rubbing his dick, and he's like, "Oh." And then she goes into demon mode, which gives her like big fangs and like a Baraka type of a look to her.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of that. That's the end of that. Oh my God, he knows you so well. Well, we do. This is my queer fella here.
They have a sleepover.
We do.
We
It's
do.
the truth. It's the truth. Hey, I just need a little relief. Sometimes it's just kid stuff, buddy. It's just kid stuff. Anyway, so there goes Jonas. He's dead, and he's been like eaten in the woods. So everybody, oh fuck.
Thank God.
They find, well, you had a problem with Jonas.
Yeah.
What was he? He
He
looked like a typical high school football player.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
he-
meathead
Yeah,
type of a
big
dude.
meathead.
Oh, whatever. All right, so they find the body the next day, and the school goes in the morning again about the death of another student. They suspect foul play. His parents like swear revenge against the cannibal killer that killed him.
Oh, I know when the dad was yelling.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna cut your nuts off and use them as a door knocker, like rich people have in their big houses. When you knock on the door with a little thing, it's gonna be your nuts, though, on my door. All right, whatever. So that's all well and good. Megan is now back at school the next day, and she's looking positively radiant again. Now we're going to cut to about a month later. Everybody's back at school. They've kind of moved past the death of Jonas and the big fires. Life is getting back to normal. Megan, or I keep calling her Megan, Jennifer, rolls into school, and this time she's looking all withdrawn, haggard. She looks like a meth head. Her eyes are all sunken in, and she's like, can't stay awake. And Needy's like, dude, what's up with you? And she's like, oh, I'm out of energy. I need to fill up again. So Needy's like, whatever. As they're leaving the class, they run into one of Needy's other friends, a guy by the name of Colin Gray, the class goth kid. He's supposed to be like a talented writer. He looks like the lead singer from Good Charlotte, I think, with all the crap.
No.
Green Day.
Green Day.
Well, I know who this kid is because I've
He's
been in several.
He's been in a lot of horror movies.
He's really cute without his hair.
He's actually a good actor. You'll know him from A Haunting in Connecticut, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake that everybody hates. What else was he in? Jennifer's Body, obviously.
He was in a
So Aaron's asking, why did the Dumb Jocks and Blacks die first in the horror film?
There's nobody.
Careful how you answer this, David.
I will speak.
Blacks?
I will speak to the dumb jocks. Nobody likes them, so thus when they die, it is no big deal. Black people, I don't know. I feel like that trend is we've moved past that trend in horror. Aaron. Anyway, before I dig myself a deeper racist hole, let's get back to the movie, motherfuckers. So she's walking out. Here comes Colin Gray, and he's like, "Oh my God, hey, Jennifer, what's up? I was thinking maybe we could go to a movie." And she's like, not now, you goth piece of shit. So he's like, fine, whatever. But then she sees the way that Needy is looking at Colin, so she's like, you know what? Why don't you just come to my house later? We'll just watch this movie that I have that I'm sure you'll find interesting with your crazy goth crap. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, we'll do that then. So she gives him the address, and he's all psyched. Oh, yeah. He's driving to her house later that night. Now he's all pumped. He's like, woo!
Oh, yeah, he is.
About to get my dick sucked by Jennifer. It's going to be hot.
I hope he showered.
I'm sure he did with the amount of makeup, you know. You got to rinse. You got to lather. You can't leave that shit on. Otherwise, you'll have acne. Monica, you know how it is with makeup. No, you don't. No, he never wears makeup. Anyway, he's all pumped. He's like listening to pop music on the way to Jennifer's house. As he's driving to Jennifer's house, though, he notices that the neighborhood gets worse and worse the farther he goes. Yeah. Which is strange to me because Devil's Kettle looked like a really small town with not enough room for like a seedy area. Yeah. But they have one, and that's where he is. So basically what he comes up to is like a abandoned building with it's like fenced off. I don't know if they were still building it or they gave up on building it or it was abandoned and somebody anyway. Yeah. Gets in there, he sees Jennifer, he's like, this isn't where you live, is it? He's like, no, you silly, I brought you here to fuck you. He's like, oh. She grabs his dick and starts jerking him off, and he's like, oh. And then out of nowhere, she goes full demon on him, and then he's like, trying to get away, and she's like, it's better if you're scared. I need you frightened. So she like twists his arm and starts snapping his bones and stuff like that. I felt eyes change. Yeah, I felt really bad for this kid because it sucks. Number one, you thought you were about to get laid. Joke's on you, Jack. You're about to get eaten. Number two, she's like torturing him before she actually rips him open and kills him, which sucks. Yeah, it really sucks. So naturally, they find the body. and this is one of the more comedic moments of the movie, is the funeral for this poor schmuck, because he had a bunch of very emotional goth friends. So when they're at his funeral, they're all like screaming and wailing, "Ah, Colin, take me with you!" The other one's like, "I will follow you into the dark realms of the abyss, and we will fly on wings of..." And the mother and the father of this poor kid are there rolling their eyes, going, "What the fuck? I just lost my son, you fucking assholes. What the hell's wrong with you two? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. We're trying to grieve, and you two are turning this into some kind of a role-playing game or some shit. I don't even know what you're doing." So that really sucks. But now, because Needy and Jennifer have like this weird telepathic bond, like when Jennifer was making out with Colin, Needy was actually trying to have sex with Chip, her boyfriend.
Oh boy!
So the thing about that is that like I think Needy was like feeling the boner from Colin while she was having sex with Chip.
Yeah.
Is that I don't know what that is. That would that technically be a threesome?
No.
Because Amanda Seyfried, Megan Fox threesome is something that I'm very interested in, even if one of them is not present for it. I'll take either or. I can work with you ladies, however you want it. Anyway, but the thing is that now is that Needy is like on the case. She's like, something is wrong with Jennifer. She was all cracked out the other day. Colin's dead, and now she's all beautiful and radiant again. Something is definitely weird here. So Needy goes to the high school library and goes through the occult section.
Hey, Scarlett.
Scarlett's in the house.
Hi, Scarlett.
What's up, Scarlett? I don't know about you guys or how much time you spent in your high school library, but I can assure you that mine did not have an occult section. If it did, I would have looked and probably. That's how you have to do it, because there's nothing there. But at this particular high school, vast occult library. She reads all the books and she gets a pretty good idea of what's going on with Jennifer.
Yeah, she does.
So that night she's like, okay, she's telling Chip, okay, Jennifer's like possessed by a demon or something. And whenever she eats one of our friends, she gets all happy and healthy all of a sudden. And somebody turns up dead and it really sucks. So the only way to kill the demon is to stab it in the heart with a knife while it's like in its weakened state when it hasn't eaten anybody in a while. So Chip's like, dude, I know you're jealous of Jennifer, but just calm your ass down. You're not going to stab her in the heart, and she's not responsible for these cannibal killings. That night, though, Needy goes back to her house, goes to bed, and Jennifer pops out of her bed right next to her. And now we're right back in queer territory. And I don't mean that as a pejorative. That's how it pertains to the movie. They do make out for a second or two, and it is pretty hot. Yeah, and I believe there was some touching of the boobies, possibly for a second or two. I don't know. I can't confirm that. But Needy kind of confronts Jennifer. She's like, look, bitch, you're like a crazy succubus or something. And I don't know if I like you like this. And I wish you'd stop killing our classmates. Jennifer's like, oh, all right, let me come clean with you. So she tells the whole story about what happened that night at the shitty bar fire. So what we didn't see is that the bar caught fire, right? Jennifer and Needy escaped, and then Jennifer got in the creepo van with the band Low Shoulder for a presumable gangbang out in the woods, which would have been A-okay. Well, I mean, as long as it's not rapey. They take her out in the woods. She's still like in this dazed deer in the headlight state. And once they get her out, they take her to the Devil's Kettle, that weird hole in the ground. And once they get her out there, we find out that they have actually they're trying to make a pact with the devil by sacrificing a virgin. And that's what they're going for here. So they want to kill Jennifer. They've got all these old books in their rape van and ritualistic candles and daggers and stuff like that. So they take her out to the hole in the ground. They tie her up, and they're like, "We're going to kill you now because we're sick of working at Starbucks, and we want to be a big band, and fuck this shit." One of the guys gets like second thoughts. He's like, "Oh, this is weird. I'm not doing it." But then they talk him into it, and they kill Jennifer, and that sucks. And then I presume that they throw her body into the Devil's Kettle after that. And they're like, okay, we made our pact with the devil, so now we're going to be rich and famous. What they didn't actually know is that Jennifer is not, in fact, a virgin. So
nor close.
Not even close. She had butt sex with Chris Pratt and did not enjoy it. So, I mean, I don't know what qualifies as a virgin and which orifice that pertains to, but if you're giving up the back door, I don't think you're a virgin by any sense of the word. I don't know. Anyway, so what we know now is that if you're not a virgin and you get sacrificed to a demon, you don't actually die. You come back as some kind of a half-assed demon. Aaron says she's possessed by a succubus. Oh, that sounds about right, Aaron. Yeah, you're in the right neighborhood there. So that's what's going on.
Hey, Chad.
Chad's in the house.
Hi, Chad.
So now she's got like demon powers, but she's got to eat people to maintain her beauty and demon powers, I guess, right?
I'd be good with that.
I'd be all right with that. I would. There's some people out there that I would eat the shit out of.
Bank president.
What? Why the bank president?
Because I'm going to the bank.
You're gonna rob a bank. You're gonna
money.
rob the fucking bank. Bar that burns down sounds like the Flaming Moe served. The Flaming Moe, Landry. That's exactly right. All right, so now we know what's going on with Jennifer. They make out for a second or two, and then Needy's like, dude, you're not my friend anymore. You're some kind of fucking succubus thing. Just get the fuck out of here. I don't even want to look at you anymore. So Jennifer gets all butthurt, jumps out the window, and that's the end of that. Now we cut to a few days later at school. We got the big, what was it, the prom? Prom coming up. Oh, shit. Needy's got to figure this out quick because lately Jennifer has been making a lot of moves on Chip.
Yeah.
And Chip's a good dude. He's not wanting to cheat on Needy, but
the option's there.
I got to tell you, I have a hard time saying no to Megan Fox. I'm not looking to cheat on my wife, but if Megan Fox were up in here and she was grabbing on somebody's honker and was like, "Oh, you're so hot with your who did he say I look like? Jason somebody? You look just like that Jason guy from the thing." Oh, you know what? My kids have swim lessons in about 4 hours.
I'll get rid of Buddy and Money.
You know what? We're gonna pause the show here for a quick 16 minutes, I think.
Wow, so long.
Well, I like a little foreplay, if you know what I'm saying. Chip's like, dude, I'm not trying to. No, just forget the whole thing. But the thing is, though, is that Needy thinks that Jennifer is going to go on some kind of a massive killing spree at this high school dance. She's like, oh, it's going to be an all-you-can-eat buffet. I'm not going to the fucking prom. You better not go either, dude, because Chip's like, what are you breaking up with me all of a sudden? She's like, yeah, if it'll keep you from going to the prom. So they break up, sort of, in a weird, ambiguous way. There, though, Needy's plan is to kill Jennifer before the prom. So Needy gets all gussied up and goes to the prom looking for Jennifer. Jennifer's a no-show.
Nope.
Chip, on the other hand, is now like all butthurt about being broken up with. So he's like, fuck both these bitches. I'm going to go to the prom and, I don't know, do something, have some punch, dance, or I don't know, whatever. So he just gets like a tuxedo and he's like, I'm just going to walk to the prom. He starts walking across the park and he gets accosted by Jennifer, who is also all gussied up and looking hot in her prom dress. Jennifer lays a bunch of crap on Chip about how Colin and Needy were having sex, and Chip's like, no way. Oh, he gets all butthurt, but then, of course, Jennifer just starts making out with Chip. Yeah. They go to a wacky abandoned swimming pool, I guess. Now,
terrible.
Was this like the same swimming pool building in the
which one?
Fallout? Remember when they
no. Yeah, no. That one looked like it was maintained.
Yeah, but
from the outside, it could be. I mean, it's creepy as shit, but I'll tell you right now, horny 16-year-old Darian banged his high school girlfriend in some very strange places, up to, but not limited to, a porta-john in a concert, a room full of my friends, back of a crowded movie theater, I will not name this young lady because there is a small chance she's watching this right now. But if you're a horny high schooler, it goes down where it goes down. So it's not that far fetched for me to see these two having sex in an abandoned swimming pool, even as slimy and disgusting and stinky as it looks. It looked like bad business. Anyway, they go in there, and Chip's like, "Oh God, I can't believe Needy was cheating on me." Oh. And Jennifer's like, "Shut the fuck up and make out with me some more." They start making out again, and then of course Jennifer throws him in the pool. Big fight goes down. This is when Needy gets the idea to go hauling ass back to Chip's house. She's like, "Hey, where's Chip?" Oh, she walked out across the park to the prom there. She goes hauling ass to the pool, finds them, jumps in and fights Jennifer. Now Jennifer has gone full succubus demon and is like flying, hovering around the pool like, oh, and they're making like weird quips at each other. You're not socially relevant. Oh, you take laxatives to stay skinny. Blah, 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 blah. It's kind of funny. I got to chuckle out of some of those. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. So for the big fight, Chip gets his throat ripped open by Jennifer. Chip expires on the spot after Jennifer leaves the building. You get a very heartfelt moment between Needy and Chip, just as Chip's dying. And then from there, Needy's like, "You know what? You fucking bitch. You murdered my boyfriend. You tried to eat him. He's my fucking boyfriend. You knew he's my boyfriend. That's a big fucking problem." She goes back to her house, puts some sweatpants on and some combat boots, and gets all ready to fucking rock and roll on Jennifer. Goes to Jennifer's house where she's just getting ready for bed and attacks her in her bed with a box cutter, which is used for what? Cutting boxes. I got a little chuckle out of that one too. You
Going to Walmart, Home Depot.
Yeah. You buy all your murder weapons at Home Depot?
Yeah.
Just the ones I'm going to use on you. Stabs her in the heart, kills Jennifer just as Jennifer's mom enters the room, and shit. Now Needy is busted, and she gets. This brings us current with Needy being in the insane asylum / juvenile detention facility. And now Needy is explaining that in the struggle between her and Jennifer there in the bedroom, Jennifer bit her, which now gives Needy some demonic abilities. Which brings me to the question of, if she's got the demon superpowers, how did she get arrested or put in this place to begin with? Why didn't she just kick everybody's ass and walk out of there?
Probably didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I don't know. I
She
mean,
was in shock.
so now, after having throat kicked the heavy-set psychoanalyst across the room, Needy gets put into like a solitary confinement type of a thing, where she's now hovering around the room, and then she kicks one of the windows out, marches right outside of the yard to a weird stream that she just found, which happens to be where the devil's kettle empties out to, and she finds the murder weapon, which is a big knife, and a bunch of those tennis balls that the scientist threw in there. And she's like, "Oh, it's on now." And then that's pretty much the end of your movie. Except during the credits, they cut to like a found footage sequence of Needy murdering the band Low Shoulder, and like, a bunch of party footage and them being all rich and famous, and then her getting into the hotel room and stabbing them all.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. And that's Jennifer's Body, inmates. What did you guys think of Jennifer's Body?
I dug it.
I dug Jennifer's Body.
I liked it. I liked it the first time I watched it.
Yeah. I dug
It's
Needy's
different.
Body.
It's different than the ones, the same shit we always watch.
I like it because it feels like a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's got some witty one-liners in there, and a lot of like social networking references and shit like that. It's from 2009, and it's written by Diablo Cody, who's made a name for herself as being the hipster horror director.
Hey, what's up, Pickles?
Yeah.
Pickles.
Pickles the Clown.
Pickles the Clown is in the house. Oh shit! I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Hi, Pickles.
Hey, Pickles.
So it's a good flick.
Good flick, Troy.
course.
Troy liked
Yeah.
it. It's a good show. I like it because it feels like a horror movie. It keeps you in suspense with the scares, the pacing, the atmosphere of the movie. The Pacific Northwest, dude. It's like ripe for horror, I feel. Especially in the high school setting. A lot of parallels could be drawn between this and All Cheerleaders Die. I think I like this one better than All Cheerleaders Die. Which one you like better?
I'm gonna have to go with All Cheerleaders
That one,
Die.
I feel like
I agree with that one.
the one chick,
Just because there was
true, and there was one really hot chick in All Cheerleaders Die.
I hope you're
The blonde? Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that chick is hotter than Megan Fox.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I don't think.
And she had a rocking body.
Yeah.
Wait, the horse face chick?
Which horse
She
face?
had the really tall one in All Cheerleaders.
Okay.
Oh,
She had a friggin' hot body, but
Yeah.
it was like, ooh.
From the neck down, it was
Yeah,
all right.
it's like, woo!
Yeah.
But she was pretty hot too.
I think they were all pretty hot.
Yeah.
That's pretty hot stuff. So that, my friends, is Jennifer's Body. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. The Padded Room 2011 at hotmail.com or the mental health hotline, area code 775-387-0275.
You know, since you said that, it almost made me realize that they're almost like the same kind of movies.
They're very similar.
Yeah.
One of them involves like zombies.
And
Sort
they're
of.
zombies.
If there was like a gang of Jennifers, it would be pretty much the same. One of them involves one cheerleader, the other one has the whole squad.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rebecca.
exactly.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're late.
A little late.
You're late,
All right.
Rebecca. I don't want to have to talk to you about this again, Rebecca. This is coming up in your performance review. All right, gang. That was Jennifer's Body. Why don't we take us a little break and we'll come back with some other stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll hang out for another minute or two with you guys on the live stream.
All right, get your voting for the Paradome. Troy says put me down for Pyramid Head and Home Invaders.
If it will change the vote again, maybe. All right, very cool, Troy. We'll put you down. Here's horror movie potential. Jennifer goes to Washington. Well, like she's going to run for Congress, Landry? I don't know if I like that. That's not a good idea. I would have loved to have seen a sequel to this. I'd like to follow. We can get rid of Megan Fox.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Needy as some type of a slasher type of a dude.
Yeah.
Chad, you from New Orleans? Oh, okay.
It just seems like she'd be too goody.
No, dude. When she went crazy, started kicking people across the room. I like it. I don't know why she would start killing people just indiscriminately. What if she like followed like the black magic path? Like killed Low Shoulder, and then she found out there was like another group of turds who was trying to do the same shit. So now she's gonna go kill them.
That would be good.
That would be dope.
That would be.
I don't know if I buy Amanda Seyfried as a slasher. I would love to. I would love to see a hot female slasher. You think so?
Oh yeah.
Could pull you off.
Yes, you could.
Pull me off too. A lot of pulling off going on.
That's like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
What, a dirty town?
Yeah, and it smells there too.
What goes on in what was
We
it?
call it
Bucota?
Lakewood, Tacoma. There's a lot of dirty towns.
For some reason, Dakota like smells and like a lot of
What does it smell like?
white trash.
Oh,
Smells like
I didn't
smells like
say
white
it.
trash,
That's
dude.
what the Washington people say.
the Padded Room podcast takes no responsibility for the thoughts and opinions of Miss Monica.
The new father-in-law comes from Dakota.
Oh, does he stink too? Probably. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Oh crap! What are we doing next week? Is there another week in July?
Yes, there is.
Oh, fuck me.
actually.
We need a buy horror movie.
A buy.
Can anybody think of a buy horror film?
Oh.
I cannot for the life of me.
We'll have to Google it.
We are going to do we have to finish LGBTQ month here in the Padded Room.
Uh-huh.
We did a lesbian movie. We did a gay movie. We did a
trans
queer movie, a trans movie. We need a bi horror movie, a bisexual horror movie. Isn't there one? I feel like Jeremy Irons is in. Did he go? Was there like a bi scene in Dead Ringers?
I feel like they're not a bi scene, a threesome scene.
Yeah.
She does it.
Yeah, you're right. But it's two brothers,
Yeah.
and
two
I don't feel
brothers.
like they had a sword fight or anything.
No.
Party Monster. Not sure if it's horror. Well, I feel like that one is just straight gay, Rebecca. You know, we need something in the bisexual realm. You seen Party Monster with Macaulay Culkin and Seth Green?
Yeah.
That is just
Weird.
I mean, it's a true story. That's
Yeah.
what's even weirder about it. But we need something bisexual in the horror.
Horror movie that's bisexual. I feel
Wow.
like there would be with her.
What was that?
Skin.
Inside the Skin? But she was strictly dickly in that one, as I recall. I feel like you just need something to beat off to.
I know, right?
I can direct you to some websites.
Should we give you a minute, Monica?
No, I'm just thinking of something exciting to watch for next
With
week.
your hand in your pants. Holy cow. Dude, they have porn.
Dude,
I
Lance
know,
Henriksen.
No. What the fuck, man? There's got to be a bi horror movie. What about
The Mummy with Tom Cruise.
Get out? Get out of here! All right, we are gonna come up. We are gonna come. Sleepaway Camp?
Oh, that's
Well,
that was
Jimmy
kind of
Gonzalez.
transgender.
Yeah,
right?
that's more of a transy type of a thing. There's got to be something with like a bisexual twist to it, right? Like a fucking Debbie Does Dallas. That's not a horror movie, Creeper Mama. Although Monica could squeeze one out to it. You gonna Google that right now?
Yeah, I'm in
All right.
right now.
I don't want to end the feed until we can tell them what we're doing next week.
Okay.
Bisexual horror, not to be confused with bicycle horror, which is a different subgenre.
Like an F machine.
Yeah, there's really only two movies.
Yeah.
Horror movies with bicycles. Bisexual bicycles.
Whoa.
I don't think there's such a thing.
Oh, May.
May.
What is
May.
May.
There it is. Join us next week for May, inmates.
May.
I love May. I love May.
What?
Jeremy Sisto with his giant hands.
Okay.
Wow. I think Monica's already started.
You scoot the fuck over already. Jesus. She's gonna get it on my pant leg.
All right, juices are flowing.
He's still attractive, isn't he? I haven't seen him recently. Well, it happens when you get old. All right, inmates, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week with May, closing out LGBTQ month here in the padded room. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
That's right.